The power spot is the most important location in your garden centre. It's where you can guarantee 100% of people will see 100% of product. So a power spot is located on what's called the racetrack, which is the major thoroughfare through your garden centre. What we need to know is where to put the power spot, because this is where it's going to maximise your sales per square metre. Customers walk into the garden centre and go through what's called a transition zone, which is 3 to 4 metres where they're getting used to the environment. Once they've walked through that, then you can put a power position. The same thing occurs when they leave the garden centre. 3 to 4 metres before they get to the checkout is an ideal opportunity to display power positions. This means that some garden centres may have 5 or 6 power spots around the whole garden centre, while others may have only 1 or 2. Now the next thing we need to consider is how do you build that display. Some people use squares, rectangles, etc. But research has shown that circular conical shaped displays are the most effective. The important thing is to get the width right. People need to shop the display. So the radius should be no more than an arm's length. That'll give us an idea of the size and shape of the display. But let's go and show you one by building a display. What we have here is a half-built power display. So let's look at the way we've constructed it. The important thing is getting the height right. Now when you and I go supermarket shopping, we tend to take things off the shelf at the sight and take position. The sight and take position is from chin to belly button. But when it comes to plant material, we tend to look down on the plants, but also we want to be able to pick them up easily. So the key to success is to build the display so people can pick the product up without bending. Because it's the middle of the conical that's the most shopped area. So this means we may have to dummy up the display to make it work. Here we've used pallets, but we could have used boxes, bricks, straw bales or any other material you've got within your own garden centre to build up the display. To create that conical effect, we've also taken a pot and upturned it. So now we've got the shape that we're looking for. We also need to consider what type of product should we be putting on the display. Researchers tell us that a one-product display is the most effective. But as far as we're concerned, we also need to make sure that that product is fashionable, seasonal, topical, and ideally in flower. So you need to think about what products you're going to put on the power display before you start building it. But let's take you to the next stage and look at the finished product. What we have here is a completed power display. The display isn't completed until the sign is present, promoting the product. A display without a sign is not a finished display. Research shows that sales on a power display can increase over other areas in the garden centre by 540%. So it's critical you get this right and manage it effectively. I would put one person in charge of power displays. They would be responsible for training the team to tell them what was on the display, the information needed to sell the product. That person would also be responsible for maintaining the stocking levels. It should go from full to half full to full to half full. Don't have empty power displays. They will not create the sales that you should be expecting. One little tip is take a product away. Give the impression that somebody has already shopped the display. This will encourage other people to also shop the display. So power displays are important to the business. Make sure you position them in the right location. Make sure you change them regularly. In spring, you may want to change your displays every week. Other times of the year, you may leave a power display for a month. But remember, these are critical profit centres in your display area. Power displays are the areas that will maximise and generate sales.